So the markets have risen for the fourth consecutive week, right? And although the Sensex and the Nifty went up about 1% this week, it was the mid-caps where all the action really lay. And in that context, Anuj, a lot of things took place, right? Mid-caps have come back in a big way. So many pockets have come back, whether it's, some of these auto ancillary companies, the defense companies, some mid-cap IT companies have come back as well. So although the headline index doesn't say it much, all the parties beneath the surface.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, you know what? The Sensex and Nifty, they hit closing highs. Today we had closing highs. So for all practical purposes, for a lot of people, closing levels matter a lot. So we hit new highs. And you know what? All-time highs were also within sniffing distance, but at least closing highs were achieved. One more thing, the mid-cap index actually hit a new high every day of the week. Monday hit a new high, Tuesday a new high, Wednesday new high, Thursday new high, and today also a new high for the mid-cap index. I think the point you made about themes and stocks, I think that's very relevant. I think what's driving this movement, just to take the point forward that Ravi also mentioned, earnings growth is something which has clearly been a big factor, and that's taken this market forward. In fact, I was looking at the fact that FY23 EPS has gone up about 10% from FY22, and the index trades at 19.5 times. I was talking to Sunil Singhal the other day. He said the euphoria starts at 23, 24, 25 times. It goes up to even 50 times. What are we talking about right now? In October 2021, the Nifty was at 18,600. Today, 1.5 years later, we are at 18,800. And in between, we've had 1.5 years of about 20% earnings growth. So the market itself is not very expensive. And, another point, there's a lot of money chasing stocks. There's a lot of appetite. Look at the example of today's listing. The IQ listing, right? I think 40-45% premium, and a lot of people say that even at these levels, perhaps it's not horribly expensive and may still be a good bet. So it just tells you that clearly the market is chasing ideas. In terms of leadership, Sonia, it's also imperative to note that FMCG and auto, that's really been the backbone of this market, and both these indices have been phenomenal and making new highs. Of course, near-term leadership is with pharma and metals, but the only sector which has sort of not made up its mind yet is Nifty IT. I think that's still around the 200-day moving average. In between, you still have a TCS kind of news. The large cap IT still has problem. Mid cap IT, I think, is fine. And one last point that I normally follow, this is my own indicator. I look at the market from the stocks at 52-week high and 52-week lows. In March, we had made the point that 52-week low stocks were at 800. And that normally when you hit that, you are at the bottom. Now look at the number of stocks at 52-week high. It's only 220. Euphoria will happen. A lot of time. That will happen when this number will hit 500 to 600. When this number hits 500, 600, I'll be the first to say that, it's time to be cautious. But I think, as Ravi said, there's nowhere close to euphoria. Just because prices have gone up, it doesn't mean that, the market is euphoric.
Okay, so nowhere close to euphoria. I think that's a